Did you know that modern Australia didn't begin with free settlers, but with a giant prison? From a desolate penal colony to 6 states and 2 territories, this is the story of survival, conflict, and ambition that gave birth to a nation. It all began in 1770, when Captain James Cook sailed along the east coast and claimed this vast land for Great Britain. At the time, it was little more than a flag on a map. Britain had no immediate plan to settle here, but things changed when prisons back home began to overflow. London's jails were filthy, overcrowded, and violent. After losing America as a destination for convicts, the British government turned desperately to the faraway land Cook had charted. And so, in 1788, the first fleet of 11 ships arrived at Botany Bay, carrying over 700 convicts. Soon they moved to Sydney Cove. With rough huts and tents, New South Wales was born, the first European settlement on the continent. Life in the new colony was brutally hard. The soil was poor, crops failed, food ran short, and disease spread quickly. Most of the convicts were petty thieves, not hardened criminals, yet they were forced into grueling labor, cutting timber, building roads, farming rough land. Their work laid the foundation for survival. What? They were not alone. Indigenous Australians had lived here for tens of thousands of years. To them, this was not empty land, it was home. The arrival of Europeans brought conflict, misunderstanding, and tragedy. Land was fenced off, hunting grounds destroyed, and diseases wiped out entire communities. For the First Nations people, colonization meant invasion and dispossession. Despite the hardships New South Wales endured, convict labor slowly transformed Sydney from a makeshift camp to a town. Free settlers began to arrive, agriculture expanded, Merino sheep thrived in the dry climate, and soon wool became Australia's first great export, earning the phrase that Australia rode on the sheep's back. Meanwhile, to the south, Britain feared French ambitions. They established a settlement on Van Diemen's Island, later called Tasmania. The island became infamous for its harsh prisons like Port Arthur, known as a hell on earth. Yet, its fertile farmland turned it into a prosperous colony. As New South Wales expanded north, distance made control impossible. In 1859, Queensland broke away. Its tropical climate was perfect for sugarcane, cattle, and later mining, drawing migrants eager to profit from its resources. In the south, destiny struck in 1851. Victoria declared independence from New South Wales, and that same year gold was discovered. The gold rush unleashed a tidal wave of migration. Ships poured into Port Phillip Bay, bringing fortune seekers from Britain, Ireland, China, and beyond. Melbourne exploded in size, becoming one of the wealthiest cities in the world. But the rush also fueled tensions. The Eureka Stockade Rebellion became a symbol of democracy in Australia. South Australia, founded in 1836, told a different story. A planned free colony, it never received convicts. It attracted ambitious settlers from Britain and Germany seeking religious freedom and farmland. Adelaide, designed with wide streets and green parklands, became a hub for agriculture, vineyards, and progressive politics. On the remote west coast, Britain established Western Australia in 1829. The colony struggled in isolation, its soil poor, its climate unforgiving. Facing collapse, it eventually requested convict labor, ironically reversing its original vision of freedom. Pearling, farming, and trade kept the colony alive, though it grew more slowly than the East. But the picture wasn't complete. In the far north lay the vast and unforgiving Northern Territory. Initially under South Australia, it proved too hard to govern. In 1911, it became a federal territory. Sparsely populated, it was strategically important due to its proximity to Asia. During World War II, the city of Darwin was bombed heavily by Japan. And then came another decisive choice. Should the capital be Sydney or Melbourne? The solution was neither. In 1911, the Australian Capital Territory was created. From scratch, a new city was planned, Canberra, the political heart of the nation. Throughout this era, Indigenous Australians resisted and adapted in the face of dispossession. Frontier conflicts scarred the land, leaving wounds that still echo today. By the turn of the 20th century, 6 colonies and 2 territories had taken shape, each with its own character, economy and people. From the sheep farms of New South Wales, the goldfields of Victoria, the sugarcane of Queensland, the vineyards of South Australia, to the pearling boats of Western Australia and the notorious prisons of Tasmania, all these threads wove together the story of a nation.